What if the toughest man alive didn't start as a warrior, but as a scared, broken kid? What if his strength wasn't built in the gym, but in surviving a life designed to crush him? This is the story of how Stoic philosophy turned a boy beaten down by life into one of the most resilient men in history. A Navy SEAL, ultra-endurance athlete, and unbreakable mental force. We'll explore how David Goggins transformed pain into power by mastering his mind, not just his body. By the end, you'll learn how the same ancient Stoic tools, karteria, endurance, prohairesis, moral will, amor fati, love of fate, can help you turn your own hardships into the foundation for greatness. How do you fight back when your first lessons in life are fear, pain, and silence? David Goggins' early life in Buffalo, New York, was a battleground. His father's violent temper left both emotional and physical scars. He forced Goggins and his family to work late nights in his skating rink, often on little sleep. School wasn't an escape. There he faced racism, undiagnosed learning disabilities, and crippling self-doubt. By the age of 8, he already understood powerlessness. The Stoics called these early blows fortune's first tests. Seneca wrote, "Brave men rejoice in adversity." While Goggins didn't yet know the word karteria, the Stoic virtue of enduring hardship with dignity, he was living the raw version of it. Later, he would turn those scars into armor, proving that even the most broken beginnings can be reforged into strength. What if one night you realized the life you were living wasn't living at all? By his early 20s, Goggins weighed nearly 300 pounds. He was working as a pest control technician, killing cockroaches all day, then coming home to binge on junk food and television. He had failed multiple attempts to join the military. His life felt stuck in quicksand. Epictetus, born into slavery, taught prohairesis, that your moral will is untouchable by any circumstance. "You may fetter my leg," he wrote, "but not even Zeus can conquer my will." One night, Goggins saw a Navy SEAL documentary and made a decision. In 3 months, he would lose over 100 pounds, qualify for training, and reclaim control of his life. Like a Stoic, he understood that to change the body, the mind must be the first battlefield. How do you keep going when every nerve in your body is screaming to stop? During SEAL training's infamous Hell Week, candidates endure 130 hours of continuous physical punishment with only a few hours of sleep. Goggins completed Hell Week 3 times in 1 year due to injuries, stress fractures, pneumonia, broken bones. His body was wrecked. The Stoics saw suffering as essential training for the soul. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Welcome the things which happen, for what could suit your needs more?" Goggins treated each wave of pain not as a signal to quit, but as proof he was still in the fight. His mind was the commander, his body the soldier. In Stoic thought, mastery over the self is the ultimate victory, and Goggins embodied it. What if the race that broke your body rebuilt your soul? In 2005, Goggins entered the San Diego One Day, a 24-hour ultramarathon, without proper training, hoping to raise money for families of fallen soldiers. By mile 70, his feet were broken, his kidneys were failing, and every step felt like fire. Yet he still fought on to complete the race. This resilience demonstrates amor fati, the love of fate. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything thrown into it." Goggins didn't curse his suffering. He embraced it, taping his feet and shuffling to the finish. In Stoic eyes, he turned adversity into fuel, proving that pain can be a forge. Why would someone who's already won still choose to suffer? Even after becoming a decorated SEAL, setting a pull-up world record, and writing a best-selling memoir, Goggins still wakes before dawn to run in freezing rain or cycle for hours. Musonius Rufus, the Roman Socrates, warned that luxury weakens the soul. He advocated voluntary discomfort, cold baths, hard beds, plain food, not as punishment, but as preparation. Goggins mirrors this exactly. By making suffering a daily choice, he ensures life's blows never catch him unprepared. What drives a man to push his limits when no one is watching and no one will ever know? Many of Goggins' hardest workouts happen alone. No music, no cameras, no audience. The Stoics called this arete, excellence for its own sake. Seneca wrote that the reward of a good deed is having done it. For Goggins, discipline is not a performance. It's an internal contract. Virtue, in Stoic thought, is measured by the standards you keep in private. Who are you when the identity you've built your life on disappears overnight? After years in the military, a congenital heart defect required surgery and ended his active SEAL career. His defining role was suddenly gone. The Stoics taught the dichotomy of control. Focus on what you can change. Accept what you cannot. Epictetus warned that clinging to what isn't yours to control is the root of misery. Goggins didn't retreat. He redirected, channeling his drive into ultramarathons, motivational speaking, and inspiring millions. What if the moment you think you're finished is actually when you've just begun? Goggins' 40% rule says that when you think you've hit your limit, you've only tapped into 40% of your potential. This echoes Seneca's premeditatio malorum, mentally rehearsing hardship so it loses its power. Goggins expects pain, expects doubt, and expects fatigue. When they arrive, they're simply checkpoints, not finish lines. Why would anyone run toward failure again and again on purpose? From multiple failed pull-up records to ultra-marathon losses, Goggins has failed publicly, painfully, and repeatedly. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." For Goggins, every failure is just raw material for his next success. How does a man at the top of the world stay grounded and refuse the pedestal? He's a best-selling author and elite athlete, yet he still mows his own lawn, cleans his own home, and lives simply. This is oikiosis, seeing yourself as part of a greater whole. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily to receive without pride, let go without attachment. For Goggins, humility is not a performance, it's a way of life. Why keep fighting when you've already achieved more than anyone ever expected of you? Goggins has completed over 60 ultra-marathons, broken records, and inspired millions, but still trains daily like a man preparing for war. This is arete, lifelong excellence. Seneca warned, "While we wait for life, life passes." For Goggins, the work is the reward, and stopping is not an option. David Goggins is more than an athlete. He is a modern Stoic warrior. From a childhood of abuse to a life of relentless discipline, he proves that greatness isn't given, it's built, one painful, deliberate step at a time. When life gets hard, ask yourself, what would a Stoic like Goggins do? He'd stay in the fight, embrace the pain, turn every obstacle into the way forward. Stay hard, and always remember, the obstacle isn't in the way. The obstacle is the way.